Evan's boots struck the forest floor in a relentless rhythm. Each step was a gamble. Roots, rocks, and unseen snares threatened to trip him. But stopping wasn't an option. Behind him, the silence grew louder. It wasn't the absence of sound. It was an active, predatory quiet, pressing against his ears like a whisper he couldn't quite hear. He didn't know what it was, this thing that hunted him. He only knew it had started after the accident, a wrong turn down a forgotten road. The thing had been following him ever since, never seen, never heard, but always felt. He had tried hiding, doubling back, even walking into the middle of a crowded town, but the weight of it remained, leeching the air around him. After 3 days of running, he stumbled into a meadow. The sudden openness startled him, as did the woman standing at its center. She was tall, with pale skin that almost glowed in the overcast light. Her hair spilled over her shoulders like liquid obsidian, and her eyes, amazingly blue, seemed to pierce straight through him. "You're lost," she said, her voice carrying over the meadow as though the air delivered it directly to his ears. Evan hesitated. He hadn't seen another soul in miles, and something about her was off. But desperation won over instinct. I need help," he stammered. "Something's following me." Her expression softened, and she reached out a hand. "You're safe here. Come with me." Her touch was cool, calming. She led him to a cabin on the far side of the meadow, nestled among wildflowers that seemed to bloom impossibly large and vibrant. The cabin itself was modest but oddly pristine, as if untouched by time. Over the next week, Evan stayed. The silence that had haunted him ebbed, though it never truly left. The woman, who introduced herself as Maris, seemed to carry an otherworldly tranquility. They talked for hours, her laughter like wind chimes in the breeze, her presence a balm to his frayed nerves. Slowly, he began to believe he had found sanctuary. One night, as they sat by the fire, Maris leaned close, her eyes catching the light like sapphire submerged in water. "You don't have to run anymore," she said. "Stay here with me." Evan wanted to say yes. He needed to say yes. But the silence outside had returned, pressing against the walls of the cabin. He glanced toward the window, half expecting to see something. Maris followed his gaze, her smile fading. "You can feel it again, can't you?" He nodded. Her expression shifted, sadness mingling with something darker. "You've wandered into its garden. It doesn't let its prey leave so easily." "What do you mean?" Evan's voice cracked. Maris sighed, standing slowly. "The thing that hunts you, it doesn't have a shape, a name, or a purpose. It only consumes." She paused, her eyes searching his. "And I'm a part of it." Evan recoiled. "What are you talking about?" "I was like you once," she said softly. "Running, desperate, until I found this place. It let me live, on one condition. I became its keeper, tending this meadow, luring others who are marked." He shook his head, backing toward the door. "No, you're lying." "I wish I were," Maris whispered. "But you've seen the flowers, haven't you? Their size, their color." Evan glanced out the window. The wildflowers seemed to glow faintly under the moonlight, their petals unnaturally wide and veined with silver. "It feeds through them," she continued. "Every step you've taken here, every breath, it's been drawing you in." The walls of the cabin groaned, the silence outside deepening until it was a physical weight. Evan's ears rang as his vision blurred. "You can still escape," Maris said urgently. "If you run now, but if you stay." The floor beneath him trembled, the earth outside quaking softly as the flowers pulsed like beating hearts. "What happens if I stay?" he managed to choke out. Her face was unreadable. "Then you'll never leave, but you'll live for a time." Evan bolted, the cabin door flying open as he sprinted into the night. The meadow seemed endless now, the wildflowers towering around him, their petals brushing his skin like soft, eager hands. The silence roared, and for a fleeting moment, he thought he heard Maris whispering his name, her voice entwined with the rustling blooms. He didn't look back. He couldn't. But as he ran, he felt the meadow stretching on, endless, alive, and waiting.